Adam, I suspect it's been a much better week.
Yeah, obviously two really strong performances, a good 4 points on the board, and it's been nice to get in a little bit of rhythm and see the boys perform at what we know the potential is. So yeah, good week so far.
After the game last night at Merthyr, you mentioned the word grit, and you needed plenty of that there, I suspect.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go. Obviously Tuesday night, long travel to a team that's got momentum, have done well last season and had a really good start. I said it after the game last night. For me, they're one of the better footballing teams in the league in terms of the way they play. Very, obviously nothing to lose coming up, so very expansive. A real free-flowing mindset, and we knew if we allowed them to get into a rhythm it would cause us problems, but I felt the boys stuck to the game plan last night to a T, and we got the just rewards, and realistically we should have had more goals, but I was really pleased with the overall performance from everyone, so yeah, a real big tick in the box.
You were creating chances. Was there any part of you thinking, oh no, here we go again, we're going to batter them for 85 minutes and maybe get caught with a soccer punch?
No, not really. I think it was the same Saturday. We created a lot of chances Saturday. I think we the last two games we've been heavily on top, and I think when you are in that position, you're just waiting for one to go in, and the more you keep banging the door down, common sense tells you it'll come. So I think we got our just rewards and gaining the penalty, but realistically we created more than enough to win 2 or 3 games, and the important thing is now as we push on from that.
If you knew the answer to this, you'd probably be manager of England, I suspect, but what's made the difference over the last couple of games?
No idea, else I'll be manager of England. I just think I think the pressure's come off being away from home, if I'm being totally honest. I think the support last night was amazing. I think the guys and girls that came last night deserve huge credit, because to make that journey on a Tuesday night is a big ask, but it wasn't only the fact that they made the journey, it was what they delivered to the players last night, even at 0-0, and it was easy to get frustrated last night because we were having shot after shot and it's getting cleared and the keeper's making saves, and it would have been easy to, like you're saying to me, do you think it's not going to go in? I imagine the supporters could have been in the same mindset, but they weren't. They were in a real driving mode last night, and they pushed the players over the line, and they seen what that gave to the players. So it was a great effort from them, and it pulled the lads over the line. But I just think the mindset of this group has grown. I think I've been saying it for a long time, the players is going through a process, and hopefully we're coming out the other side of that now, but the mindset of the players was fantastic in the last 2 games, and it's important now we carry that on here.
I haven't seen either of the last 2 games, but have you changed anything tactically that perhaps the players feel more comfortable with?
Maybe you've been the issue then.
No, well, it wouldn't be the first time.
If you've not been in the last 2 games, so stay at home sadly. No, I think it's a case of we've tweaked certain things, we've moved a couple of things around, but nothing major. But I think for me it's a case of the players have believed in how good they are, and they've done we spoke about doing what it says on your tin, and the players have done that for the last 2 games, and when we do that we get good performances, and we know how good these players are. It's for a big part of the season. I've said the players, this is a very strong squad on paper, but it's important that we have the substance behind that, and we've shown that in the last 2 games, and when we do that we can compete with anybody in this league. So look, I said it yesterday, I don't get too low when we lose games, and I don't get too high when we win games. We've had 2 good performances, 4 points that should have been 6 really, and now we move on.
You've got both Kurt Willoughby and Dan Mooney fit now. That must make a difference.
They're good players. I think when you've got your best players fit, it always helps. Last night again, the 2 of them could have had a couple of goals, which is their next step to making sure that they reach their potential of what they're capable of. But you put good players in a pitch when they're confident and they're flowing, then you normally get good performances and good results. So they're edging in the right direction towards that now.
You had to make an early change last night, as Jordan Tunnicliffe obviously picked up an injury. Do you know the extent of that yet?
We was in obviously first thing this morning after not much sleep, but I think it's important we stay in our mode. But it's still a little bit too early to tell. It's not as bad as we first thought, and it was more a risk limitation than anything else with Tunny. So we'll see how he goes over the next 48 hours, and then we'll have a better idea of him and Diga.
What was the injury?
Calf. He's not sure if he took a knock early on, which went into a bit of a dead calf, or something else, but we'll have to wait and see over the next few days.
2 good performances on the road. No doubt the message will be you've got to back that up here now. Always,
yeah. I think that's always the message. You get a good performance and a result, you want to follow it up. So in terms of that message, yeah, we want to carry on what we're doing. We want to keep in that mode. It's obviously we need to make sure that we go into the same mindset that we have done away from home, at home. That's a key thing for us, and if we can do that, we'll make sure we put in a quality performance. So we've just got to stay focused on the next game. We keep doing the good things that we've done, improve on the bits we need to improve on, and we keep moving forward. This is it's a long journey of a season, and there's still an awful lot of games to go. So at the minute for us, every game's a project, and we just keep ticking them off.
What would you expect from Spennymoor?
Obviously a good team. They're not sitting in the place they are in the league for no reason. Had a really good start. We'll be disappointed in the result last night. But ultimately a side that's always challenging at the top end of the division. So we'll be ready. For us, I said it before the Chester game, didn't I, that everything's about us at the minute. I think it's important. I could tell you Spennymoor's game plan now will be to come here and turn the crowd and quieten the crowd. It was interesting, Saturday we went to Chester and that was our game plan to try and do that to them, and speaking to their manager, that's what they did here in the playoffs, and that was their main part of their game plan. So we've said it before, haven't we? We know that our supporters here can be a major force either way, so that'll be a big part of Spennymoor's game plan. A big part of our game plan is to get our fans going, so it's when we do that and we do what we've done in the last 2 games on the pitch, we can be a force on the pitch and off the pitch for anybody. So it'll be a real team effort on Saturday, on the pitch and off the pitch. We all need to make sure that we're giving these players the best opportunity to go and do what they've done away from home at home, and if we do that, it'll be a good day.
It's obviously wrong to judge any club on one game in any season, but last Saturday they were involved in a highly eventful game against Merthyr, weren't they? The 6-4 it finished would suggest they scored plenty, but they can ship a few as well.
Yeah, and I think probably them conceding the amount of goals in the last 2 isn't them. When you look at the pattern over the season, that's not been them. So you have it, don't you? We conceded 4 goals a couple of weeks ago and have been amazing at set pieces since that. So this is National League North. If the players were consistent and the teams were consistent, and a lot of people wouldn't be at this level. You get the inconsistency because people are at this level. So yeah, we'll know what to expect from them. We'll be prepared, but the focus is on us continuing what we're doing at the minute and staying in that mode and trying to take points off a promotion challenger.
It will be 3 games in 8 days. Will that impact on your selection to any extent that some players obviously might be feeling the effects of that?
Good question. We'll see how recovery goes. You know what I'm like with horses for courses, don't you? So we'll probably start another debate there or something, but we'll see how the lads recover.
Obviously Jordan Tunnicliffe we mentioned. Is anybody else carrying any knocks that makes them a doubt?
Too early to say. Obviously not even 24 hours after the final whistle, so lads will be in recovery today, and then we'll be back in tomorrow and monitor where everyone's at.
Final point for me, obviously you always want to put on a show in front of your home fans. The away support you mentioned is terrific, but this is where the bulk of your fans are. Is there anything that really you owe the fans one after the last home game?
I think it's twofold. I think we expect our supporters to support the team, and the players have to give the supporters something to sing and shout about. So it's twofold. It works both ways. It's never in any football club at any level work one way. So the players will expect the supporters to get behind them, and the supporters will expect the players to give them something to shout about. So at the end of the day, we're the home club, and it should come with something. So it's up to everybody to perform on the day.
That's kind of chicken and egg though, isn't it? If you start well and get the supporters are behind you, presumably that's how it works best.
It'll always be a double-edged argument. The supporters will say one thing, the players will say another. The most important thing is that we're all on the same page, however it comes, whatever way it comes. It doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, it's about getting points, isn't it? And that's the main point.
Thank you.
You were without Rhys Devine last night. We'll touch on Owen Evans in a second, but gather Rhys has had some good news.
Yeah, Reese's missus has been pregnant for ages. It seems longer than the normal pregnancy, but she's been at this point for a while. So, yeah, he had the little one yesterday, hence why he weren't involved in the squad. So it was obviously huge congratulations to them. And when it comes to them decisions, family is more important than any game of football. So we allowed him. He went and spent time with his little one being born, and it's a great moment for their family. So he'll be back end of this week, and yeah, it was a good day all round yesterday.
And I guess, as you would have wanted, Owen Evans gives you a bit of food for thought, because he was relentless last night, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know what Owen brings. Obviously, I had him before, and he was playing National League football last season, so he's a very strong player, Owen, and it was good that he came in and performed the way he did. I felt he was not just good defensively, but he gave us something going forward as well. So it's a real batter in that position at the minute. It gives us food for thought, and that's what you want if you're going to compete for the playoffs. You need a squad that is competing internally as well, and we've got that in certain positions. So really pleased with Owen's output last night.
And how important is it for you that the front players, if you like, maintain a confidence now from their chance creation? Because yes, it was one goal last night. Sometimes that can be a bit vulnerable in terms of shooting something late on. But the chance creation probably is at highest, you would say, maybe so far this season, and that's something to be encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And look, there's certain things from a tactical aspect that I've had to look at, and I think I said it last week in my press, that I'm my biggest critic and my biggest analytic as well. So there's certain things that we have tweaked that I think have helped the front boys and helped the midfield boys. But they're very good players. We know that. We know we've got good players in their forward areas. So for them, it's a case of them believing that, and then when they do get their opportunities, they take them. And the more opportunities we do create, gives them more chance to do that. So we just got to stay in that rhythm, and I know what them boys are capable of, and the goals will come.